Well, Mark Cuban has seemingly been diagnosed with a horrible case of white guilt. It is out of control. The doctors have never seen anything like this. But now, guys, I just want to talk about what's going on with Mark Cuban, the James O'Keefe stuff, the Elon Musk stuff that really kicked all of this off. Elon Musk calls Mark Cuban racist over DEI support as feud continues. Now, the background on this: Cuban and Musk's most recent beef began last week. This was a few weeks ago when they argued over the merits of the DEI programs. Cuban supported the idea of such initiatives helping companies to hire the best employees and deliver the best products, while Musk saw DEI as another example of purported anti-white racism. And of course, DEI, the whole idea behind it is to hire more minorities. It seems like Mark Cuban is being very obtuse. I'm going to share some tweets he had on X, or I guess they're called posts now on X, talking about, well, this is an interesting argument between Musk and Cuban, because it's like Cuban is almost arguing in favor of a DEI structure similar to the Rooney Rule. If you guys don't know what that is, when an NFL team is hiring a new head coach, they must at least interview a minority head coach for that role. They don't have to hire a minority, but they must interview one. And I'm guessing that's what Cuban is arguing, but that's not what DEI is. DEI is a quota to where it's like you need a certain percentage of African Americans, a certain percentage of Asians, a certain percentage of, it's like the idea of colleges with affirmative action. We have to have a college student body population that represents America. It just can't be 70% white. It's got to be like 45% white, 17% this, 18% that. It's a quota system. That's the whole idea behind it. But apparently, at least what I'm surmising from this argument between Elon Musk and Cuban, and I'm going to go to this X post right here, Cuban coming out and saying, "I'm open-minded. Based on the feedback on X to my DEI posts, I decided to look for a high-profile organization where the person in charge of hiring was publicly against DEI and see if it was a template for hiring success. Below is a list of hires. Let me first add, I'm not trying to determine whether any man on this list was qualified or not." And then this person, I think, has a very good summary. It seems like everyone is arguing two different things. Cuban is saying that they should hire on merit, and to find the merit, they need to look everywhere, give everyone a shot. But that's not what DEI is. DEI is a quota system to make sure minorities fill up a certain number of population within a company. That's the whole idea behind it. Otherwise, what's the point? It's like the Rooney Rule. We see the Rooney Rule. What has it done? You've got, 29 coaches, I think, that are white at this point or something. It's a vast majority. So if Cuban is arguing for like, oh, let's just look for everyone, but you can still, even by following DEI rules, have an employee population that is overwhelmingly white. I mean, I guess that's a take that you can have, just to try and give everyone a fair shot. But in general, it seems like he's almost being smart here. The idea behind DEI is to make sure you reach certain quotas in companies. Otherwise, what's the point? The stuff people are upset about is the DEI form, which gives people jobs, scholarships, etc., who didn't win out on merit, which I think is the disconnect. So yes, that would be, that's a good summary, it looks like, of what's going on here. And Cuban has just said some really wacky stuff on X recently. Did you guys see his tweet about Democrats possibly trying, voting for Nikki Haley in the Iowa caucus? Like, that's gonna matter? It's just very strange. And then here's this one. This was a few weeks ago on the 31st. I wish Biden would come out and say he wants Trump on the ballot. The 14th doesn't apply. Then thanks him for the playbook describing how to never leave office and the appreciation of knowing he can't be charged no matter what he does, and ends it with, quote, "My fellow Americans, I'm never ever going to leave the White House, and there is nothing you can do to me." I mean, what is he talking? Is Trump in office right now? It's just such a paper tiger argument that Trump is gonna win the presidency and then be the president forever. Why wouldn't he just do that in 2016? He had 4 years. It makes no sense. He can't do it. He literally cannot do it based on how our democracy is set up. It's like, what is this tweet from a billionaire? It's just very strange. The person underneath, "What happened to you, Mark? You're a smart person." None of that makes sense. It's such a good response. It really is a good response. And then we had another situation. Oh yeah, Mark Cuban, because he's trying to argue that, oh, everyone should have a chance at every job. And listen, that's fine, everyone should. DEI is twisting it. It's a quota system. That's how it's being treated. Otherwise, what's the point of implementing something like that? Mark Cuban is literally twisting himself like a pretzel. There's people coming out saying, well, why don't you give everyone a chance in the NBA? And then Mark Cuban says he would give Brittany Griner a chance. This is just all so disingenuous. It's such a dumb act. It really is. What is DEI? And give an example of it. It encompasses various characteristics such as race, ethnicity, gender, sexual orientation, age, religious beliefs, disability status, and social economic background. A diverse workforce promotes a vibrant and inclusive environment. So literally in the definition, when you search on Google, they're saying, yes, DEI is good, we need diversity. That's a quota system. If you say you need diversity, you are saying we need to find people of different races and bring them together. That's what we're promoting. Okay, I guess what Cuban is arguing is, no, they just need to be given a chance. If you have a workforce that's 90% white, it's perfectly fine as long as you gave, diverse candidates a chance in the hiring process and things like that. I would assume that's what he's arguing, which really doesn't make any sense. Seems like he's just playing dumb at this point. And then we've got this situation with Cuban and James O'Keefe. This whole thing was just a complete mess. James O'Keefe works out with Mark Cuban and asks, will you hire, kind of a troll account. Apparently this, troll account was asking Cuban, to hire them because it just kind of as a funny thing with the whole DEI stuff. And Cuban ends up getting angry and blocks the account. Cuban tells O'Keefe, you lied out of your ass about Pfizer. And only a fucking moron thinks DEI has to do with quotas. Of course it has to do with quotas. That's the whole point behind diversity. It's a quota. It's just so ridiculous. He's got to be playing dumb. This is so ridiculous, Mark. It's dumb. It's stupid. That's the whole point. You're trying to promote diversity in a workforce. That's the point of DEI. Cuban then asks O'Keefe, where's your camera at? Cuban's trainer grabs a nearby guest's shirt, seizes their iPhone, and deletes the footage, but hidden cameras captured the entire heated exchange, so apparently somebody else was filming it. Cuban got angry, his security guard almost assaulted someone and deleted the footage, but O'Keefe had something on him where it was a hidden camera. Cuban, O'Keefe, and Elon Musk were in a recent exchange about X and DEI policies, with Elon Musk asking Cuban, when should we expect a short, white, Asian woman to play for his team, the Dallas Mavericks? That's the whole thing where he ended up blocking that troll account, but that's kind of what's going on. And then just looking at Mark Cuban's response, so James O'Keefe decided to ambush me during the water break of my workout class. I will say that it is surprising that Cuban works out in public, a billionaire. I give him respect for that. I wanted to give the highlights as I enjoyed the conversation. The first part I enjoyed the most. I asked him if he was recording. Of course he was. He wouldn't answer. He kept mumbling shit. Well, yeah, then your security guard assaulted someone else and took their camera. I guess Cuban left that out. So I looked at him and called him a motherfucking pussy. And it's like, the thing was like with Cuban doing this, bro, it's just so cringy. Like, I don't know, like, is it a power trip? Like, at a certain point you grow up and it's like, I called him a motherfucking pussy. Oh my God. Dude, you're such a badass for saying that. Like, I don't see the point in a grown man, like finding, it's almost like he's proud of it. He later says he asked him 2 or 3 times, and then there it is again. I definitely called him a motherfucking pussy. It's just cringe, man. It really is. So that's the whole dispute between O'Keefe and Cuban. Look, it is what it is. You want to say don't go up to people in public. I can understand that. I really can. But it's a situation where Cuban is twisting himself into a pretzel to try and stand by these fake beliefs and this, DEI, we need this, and then Musk comes out and says, you should hire other people within the Dallas Mavericks organization. He gets trolled. He ends up blocking the troll. The whole thing is just a complete charade. Seems like Cuban almost on purpose is being obtuse and saying, like Cuban's general argument, it does make sense. We should not have a narrow mind in terms of who we hire. You should give everyone a chance. Absolutely. But that's not really what's going on. What's going on in a lot of these companies is a quota system. That's what was going on, especially at the Ivy League colleges. So why be obtuse about it? And because Cuban knows all of this, he's not stupid. And again, his overall point, yes, we should look everywhere, but that's not what's going on. So to defend something, it's misrepresenting what's going on with hiring practices, in my opinion, across America. That's what I'll say on the little dispute between Elon Musk and Cuban. And apparently Elon Musk also offered to get into the ring with Mark Cuban. Cuban responding saying, no, LOL. Remember when Elon Musk tried to fight Mark Zuckerberg? And, I mean, Zuckerberg did back out of that. There's, people saying different things. No, I was following that. Zuckerberg, they were going to do it at the Coliseum in Rome. Zuckerberg ends up backing out and then trying to twist it and be like, oh, he's not serious. No, Musk said, let's do it. And he had to just heal an injury. It was going to take a few months. And Zuckerberg's like, no, he's injured. I'm not doing it. No, you backed out. Musk was going to be ready to fight. But then Zucker, you know how these billionaires are, they weasel their way out of things and then they're like, oh, it's his fault. He was injured. No, Musk said it was healing. He would be ready in 2 or 3 months. You're the one that backed out. But either way, guys, just some stuff on X. And by the way, the thing with Elon Musk, we have got to figure this out, Elon. Listen, it's great what you did. Free speech, we're all for it. There's just too much horrible, cancerous stuff on X. And what I mean is, I'm not talking about, controversial posts. It's none of that. It's the replies to posts. They will, if you find a post that's viral, that has 180,000 likes, and you look at the replies, they'll just be other random posts. It won't be actually people reacting to the viral thing that someone tweeted. It'll just be other random posts promoting their stuff because Elon Musk's, incentivized the idea of getting interactions, and I understand that it's a good business model, but Twitter or X becomes unusable because you can't even look at replies. If you see a viral post, the replies will be all a bunch of other stuff promoting their own posts. It's a complete mess. It needs to be solved somehow. I don't know how you solve it, but that's just another thing I would say. Either way, guys, that is going to do it for this video. Make sure you follow me on X. Link to that's always in the description.